Hey EMbers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video from me. And welcome to a brand new series. So today's video is going to be the first of 5 videos this week. So welcome to Pokémon TCG week. Basically, I have mentioned a few times on this channel that aside from collecting video games, I also collect Pokémon cards along with my husband and, other Pokémon related things. And I have done a few videos on this channel about my Pokémon collection. But I haven't done a dedicated video or series of videos in this case to the trading cards. So every day this week up until Friday, we're going to be looking through both my own and my husband's Pokemon trading cards. So I hope you enjoy. Today's video is going to be on my rabbit binder. Yes, I do collect rabbit Pokemon cards. There might be some discrepancies there, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Tomorrow's video is going to be my fairy cards. Wednesday's video is going to be my cats, dogs, foxes and bears cards. Yes, this is very specific, but this is what I collect. Thursday's video is going to be my miscellaneous cards. And Friday's video, the final video in this series, is going to be the big one. It's going to be all of my husband's cards, and he has a lot more than me. So that's going to be the big video. But today, let's talk about rabbits-ish. So this is my rabbit binder. And you'll see more as we go along, but my aim is to collect every single rabbit card. So for an example, I'm classing Eevee as a rabbit, just go with it. And so I am aiming to collect every single Eevee card that was ever printed. You can see Baneri here as well. This is my binder. I got this on Amazon, so this is not an official binder at all. I have 4 mini binders. So let's open this one. This is my biggest collection personally. So let's start off with Spinder. Now, here we go. This is the first discrepancy of the video already. Spinder is more commonly referred to as being based on a red panda. It's a little bit difficult with Pokemon because they're not strictly animals. So they may be based on an animal, for an example, but they're not strictly always animals. Now, Spinder is technically classed as a red panda, but to me, this is quite clearly a bunny rabbit, so I'm classing Spinder as a bunny, and I'll hear no further comments. So up at the top here, you can see Sun and Moon. So I have the regular Sun and Moon card. I won't go through them all like this, but this is just to show you. And then the Sun and Moon reverse holo. My camera does not want to focus. So a reverse holo is basically what you may call a shiny version of the card, and then a holo is where this section is more shiny. That's in basic terms. So there we go. We have Sun and Moon at the top. And again, I don't know why my camera does not want to focus, but it does not. And then down at the bottom, we have Paradox Rift. And I'm actually just going to pull these out because from this camera angle, you can't see the difference between these two cards, but one is a reverse holo. So let me just quickly show you what I mean. So this is the regular Paradox Rift card. And there we go. That might be a better angle. There is the reverse holo. So you can see the shiny effect on there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next page, and you can see what I do here. So I don't have the EX Hidden Legends Spinder, so these are placeholders for when that Spinder comes in. So these ones are Primal Clash from X and Y, again the normal card and the reverse holo. I don't have Legend Maker yet. This is Diamond and Pearl Secret Wonders, so I need the reverse holo for that. Then over here we have Silver Tempest, and then obviously some of the ones that I'm missing. So I'm missing a few Spinders, but that's actually it for Spinder. So there's not that many Spinder cards. I should have mentioned I am only collecting English cards at the moment, not Japanese. So all of these will be English. So we're now moving on to Azumarill. And these are all the ones that I'm missing. And again, I only did it for the Spinder, but I'm not going to go through which sets all of these cards come from. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, if my camera focuses. So this is Paldean Fates, for example, where the cards do come from. But it's going to take me far too long if I tell you where they're all from. So I'm just going to flick through them as quickly as possible for you because I don't want this video to run too long. So again, this is my Azumarills. Here are some fairy cards. Now, I've had to double up on these because I will be showing you my fairy binder at one point this week. So you will see these cards again in a separate binder. And we have this one. This one's one of my favourites, actually, because this is a yellow Azumarill, which is the shiny version of Azumarill. And I love that it is a mix between a water and a fairy card there. So that's definitely one of my favourites in my rabbit binder. And again, you can see the placeholders for what's to come. That's the most recent Azumarill that's been released. So now we're moving on to Baneri. And you'll notice quickly, actually, so Spinder didn't have any evolutions. Azumarill does. Azumarill has, here we go. So it's Marill, Azurill, and Azumarill. I am collecting Marill and Azurill cards. There's not many Azurill cards. But I thought Marill looked more like a mouse, and Azumarill looks more like a rabbit. So that's why Azumarill's in the rabbit binder. I hope that makes sense. So now we're moving on to Baneri. And again, I'm not going to tell you where all of these come from. I would love a shiny version of Baneri, as Baneri is pink in the shiny form, but I don't think there is a shiny Baneri card, unfortunately, but I would love one. Baneri is definitely one of my favourite Pokemon. As you can see, I don't have that many Baneri cards, so unfortunately, I definitely need more of those. And ignore the backs of what they say, because I do reuse them. So then we have Lopunny, which is, of course, Baneri's evolution. No arguments here. The Pokemon's called Lopunny. These are definitely rabbit Pokemon. And again, I'm missing quite a few here, as you can see. So now we'll move on to Bunnelby. Again, no complaints here that this is definitely a rabbit. Again, this is one of my favourite cards. It's not particularly rare, but I just love what Bunnelby looks like there. And this is Bunnelby in his shiny, or her shiny form. So I'll just move on to these ones, show you a little bit more in depth. Don't really like that card, to be honest. And then here's some more Bunnelbys. And you will note that we're moving straight on to Eevee. So Bunnelby does have an evolution, which is Diggersby, is a bunny, but quite frankly, I do not like how Diggersby looks. And it's my cards, so I've chose to just collect the cute ones. So while Diggersby is unfortunately definitely a rabbit, I do not collect Diggersby because I do not like how Diggersby looks. Sorry to all the Diggersby fans out there. Yes, my collection is based primarily on aesthetics, whereas my husband's collection is a lot more practical because he actually plays the game. So now we're moving on to Eevee, and this is one of the biggest sections, of course, so I'll flip through it as quickly as I can. These ones are going to be quite hard to get. So these are the GXs from the Sun and Moon promos, Eevee and Snorlax GX. And there's also some team-ups that I need, which are going to be quite expensive. But here we have my first V and my first VMAX of my collection. So I'll show you those. I'm not going to tell you what a V and a VMAX are. I'm assuming you may already know if you're watching this video. But they do obviously do different things in the TCG game, which I am learning slowly. I am actually learning how to play. This is my least favourite Eevee card. Look how derpy she is in this Sun and Moon card. And again, as you can obviously tell, I am missing a lot of Eevees. And this is where a lot of the money is going to go, the Eevee cards, I think. Most of them are fairly common, but some are quite expensive. So we'll get there when we get there. But as you can see, I'm missing a lot of Eevees here. So still going with Eevee, like I say. These are not in order from newest to oldest or anything like that. Some of them are, but for the most part, they are. This is what the original Eevee looked like. I was going to say for the most part, they're random. This is one of my only base set cards, actually. So this is the original Eevee. You'd think it would be a lot of money because it's from the base set. It's not. So I've got some more Eevees as we go. Oh, no, I think is that Jungle? No, that's Team Rocket. Some of the older ones. Then we go on to one of the newer sets, which is, of course, Prismatic Evolution, and I need a lot for Prismatic Evolution. And then this is probably one of my favourites. I absolutely adore this Eevee card, if it will focus. So cute, isn't it? And that's the promo from the ETB of Prismatic Evolutions. And I am a bit sad like this. So this is cut out from one of the card packs. It has Eevee and Sylveon on it. And we have one of the card sleeves from Prismatic. And I do put in the binder dividers if they have the bunny on them as well. This is a code card. I don't know if you can redeem it twice. I've already redeemed it. So feel free to try. Then we're moving on to Whismur. Now, again, Whismur's a 3-stage evolution. So you have Whismur, Loudred, and Exploud. Now, I don't think Loudred and Exploud look like bunnies, but I do think Whismur does. So I have classed Whismur as a rabbit for the purposes of my collection. Is Whismur a rabbit? Not really, but he is to me. So here we go. And again, I haven't got Loudred or Exploud, just Whismur. Now, my camera does not want to focus very well on these. But you can kind of see where I'm coming from, that looks like a bunny, can't you? you could kind of see where I'm coming from. And again, there's not that many Wizmat cards. My camera hates me today. So then we're moving on to Wigglytuff. Now, Wigglytuff again used to have one evolution, or de-evolution, I suppose, now has two. So you've got Igglybuff, Jigglypuff, and Wigglytuff. I don't think Igglybuff and Jigglypuff look like rabbits, but I do think Wigglytuff does. So I do have Jigglypuff cards. Again, I will show you those in a future video. This is just Wigglytuff for now. And again, you'll note with the fairy cards, I have had to double up on those for the fairy binder. This is a EX. What is going on with this camera today? I'm so sorry, guys. That's an EX. This is the shiny version. Not much difference, really, is there? Apologies for any traffic noises. This is a GX. Again, a fairy one. So I don't know if I have that in my fairy deck, but I will have to have it eventually if I don't. Then we are moving on to Plusle. No discrepancy here. Plusle is, of course, based on a rabbit. Again, I don't have that many Plusles. I definitely need some more. And, of course, her partner. And, yes, Plusle is a girl and Minun is a boy to me. I know that's not strictly true, but that's how it is to me. So we have her partner, which is Minun. You can get male Plusles and female Minuns, but I try very hard not to. And then we're moving on to the Scorbunny line. So that is, of course, Scorbunny, Reboot, and Cinderace. So here is Scorbunny. And again, I'm not talking about them too much. And that's the end of Scorbunny. Then we're moving on to Reboot. And I only need these two. So the reverse holo of this and the reverse holo of this. And I'm done with Reboot. I have every other English card, I believe, including the illustration from... Oh, what set was the Reboot from? Stellar Crown. I absolutely love this one. So let's now move on to Cinderace, and I must apologise again for the shocking camera quality in this video. So we have this Cinderace V. Now the difficulty with the Cinderace is when you're trying to do this from memory, so all the cards look the blooming same. So as we go, you'll think they're the same cards. Look, they look the same card, don't they? But they're not. I said this in a Comic-Con video. So can you see the symbol in the bottom left-hand corner there? And I'm going to move you to this card. The symbol's different, but that is the same blooming card, isn't it? So that's what's difficult with the Cinderace ones, that they all look very, very similar. And then you get to this one, which of course does not. This is from Stellar Crown as well. And again, I think this card's gorgeous. It's probably one of my favourites. In fact, I'm going to pull it out because it has a lovely sparkle on it. Can you see that? Beautiful. And I do have the Cinderace illustration. Again, I'm going to pull this one out. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous card as well. Next, we're going to move on to Sylveon, the only evolution that I class as a rabbit, just because I do. I'm not going to give you a reason, I just do. I love Sylveon. She's my favourite evolution. She or he, I keep saying she, they're my favourite evolution. Let's look at Sylveon. And again, this is the section that's going to cost me the most money in the long run, I would say, because Sylveon cards, or some of them, are very, very sought after. So here's a couple of these that I have. And a beautifully shiny VMAX there. Absolutely gorgeous. Another V there. The EX from Stellar Crown. I absolutely love this. This wasn't Stellar Crown, was it? This was something else. So apologies, this was Surging Sparks, not Stellar Crown. But I absolutely love that one, of course. And I am a sucker for the fairy cards, which is why I have a binder that's just fairy cards. And we have the card sleeve for Evolving Skies because it has Sylveon on it. And a couple of code cards. Again, I don't know if you can re-redeem these. I've already redeemed them. And then finally, for my fairy deck, not my fairy deck, my rabbit deck, we're going to move on to the Nidorans. Now, you might argue with me with the Nidorans that they don't look like rabbits. I personally think they do. So I've decided to collect just the Nidorans. So again, you have Nidoran, then the second evolution, then Nidoking or Nidoqueen, depending on if you've got the male or the female. I didn't think they looked like bunnies, the further two evolutions, but I do think that the base Nidoran and the Nidoran female do. So I have included these as rabbits. Obviously, they've got horns and whatnot, but it looks a bit bunny-like to me. Look at that little back leg and the ears. So I have classed the Nidorans as rabbits. So here is the male. And again, there's not that many Nidoran cards, to be honest. I thought there'd be more, but I am missing quite a few. This is definitely the section I have the least in. And then the Nidoran female. Again, I don't have many cards for these. And that is the end of the binder. That is my complete rabbit deck or rabbit binder. So thank you very much for watching. I am also missing 3 of the jumbo cards. And like you've seen, I am missing quite a lot. Again, I'm only going for English cards at this time. So thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow we'll be going through my fairy binder. So I hope you're ready for 5 days of this. So thank you once again. It really does mean a lot. Let me know if you collect Pokemon cards. And until tomorrow, bye Embers.